Hi guys, it's Steffi from the Novelty Corner. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to the book tour for The Girl with the Gold Bikini by Lisa Walker. Some of you may remember that earlier in February I read this book and I absolutely adored it. It is a love Oz YA story set on the Gold Coast and it was absolutely delightful. I'm part of the Aussie YA bloggers and Wakefield Press book tour for this. It is a February 2020 release. I gave it 4 out of 5 stars when I read it. I absolutely enjoyed the reading experience. It is short, it is fun. What else can I say? I'm going to start off reading you guys the blurb for the book because I think it gives you a really good insight into what the story is going to be about and the sort of things that you might come to expect from it. I don't often read the blurbs, but I really liked this one. Whenever I see a girl with a gold bikini, I think of Princess Leia. Here on the Gold Coast, gold bikinis are common, so I think of Princess Leia a lot. 18-year-old Olivia Grace has deferred her law degree and ducked out of her friend's gap year tour of Asia. Instead, she's fulfilling her childhood dream of becoming a private investigator, following in the footsteps of Nancy Drew and Veronica Mars, who taught her everything she knows, including a solid line in quick-quipping repartee, the importance of a handbag full of disguises, and a way of mixing business with inconvenient chemistry. Playing Watson to the Sherlock of her childhood friend, detective agency owner Roscoe, once the Han Solo to her Princess Leia, Olivia pursues a routine cheating husband case from the glitzy Gold Coast to insta-perfect Byron Bay, where she faces yoga wars, dirty whale activism, and a guru who's kind of a creep. Olivia Grace is a teenage screwball heroine for the Me Too era, and The Girl with the Gold Bikini is a body-positive detective romp rich with pop culture pleasures. And that is a really perfect description of this book. As I said, it was an absolute delight to read this. It is very easy to read, very easy to get into. Olivia Grace is delightfully fun and funny, and she makes mistakes. She's a very human character who has followed a dream that she's always had to be a private investigator, even when other people thought that perhaps she couldn't quite do it. I think the really interesting dynamic between Olivia and Roscoe, who is, I think, a few years older than her and is a bit of an entrepreneur and has done a whole lot of different things before opening this private investigative agency. Olivia still lives through their childhood friendship where they were friends and they did play Star Wars and all sorts of things together. And so she's sort of struggling with their new relationship where he's her boss and trying to work on being more professional, and she's not very good at being professional because she's a teenager and she's still blinded by this illusion of what a private investigator should be. And so while she's not always getting the big cases, she's still involved in little parts of them. So she's got these rose-colored glasses on at the moment. It makes her all the more endearing because you can see how badly she wants this and how she wants to make it work, but she also knows that she's not always doing the right thing and potentially causing Roscoe some business problems. The other thing that I really liked about this book was how body positive it is. Olivia Grace is not a tiny, skinny Gold Coast girl. She is curvy and she is unafraid to be herself, and I think that is a really important message in young adult books today, especially ones with strong female heroines. A lot of this comes into play with the meter maids on the Gold Coast, which I didn't really realise were a thing, but apparently are, which are girls who dress in gold bikinis and walk up and down and feed the meters for parking along the beach strip. There's a lot of running jokes about that, and it plays a big part in sort of the finale of this book as well. And again, it's all very body positive and about celebrating girls and women of all different body shapes and sizes. The other thing I really loved was all the pop culture references, because a lot of them are quite timeless and are very deeply rooted in modern day society. Things like Star Wars, which is huge. The Princess Leia references are everywhere in the book, and I love it because that's my thing. I think Princess Leia is awesome, and so does Olivia Grace, and so there was that connection I made with her through that. You can also see what Olivia Grace was like as a kid and the things that she values and the things that she treasures, including strong female role models. Again, she wanted to be a PI because of Nancy Drew and Veronica Mars, and hell, who didn't want to be a PI after watching Veronica Mars? I mean, that's an iconic part of the last 15 years of television. I think the other thing that I found really hilarious were the yoga wars, which is part of the mystery that Olivia Grace ends up investigating in Byron Bay, where you've got a group of yoga instructors who are almost competing to be the most popular yoga instructor, and some of the situations Olivia finds herself involved in involving yoga are absolutely hilarious and questionable, but they are so laugh out loud funny that you kind of just go with it. It does really poke fun at some of the pretentiousness around yoga classes. I'm not saying yoga is pretentious at all or that all yoga instructors are pretentious, but it does poke fun at sort of that mentality that yoga has around itself, especially in very popular circles. The other thing that I quite liked was all the strong female side characters. And while there is a little bit of a romantic subplot in here for Olivia Grace, it is really about the connection she forges with a lot of the women that she meets along the way, who are not all perfect. They don't always do the right thing, but they're determined to make a difference in their way. And she finds herself falling into their circle and getting involved in the things that they're involved in. And it was really an interesting way to see character relationships develop, because these are people that she didn't know at the start of the book, and so we see their relationships develop over time. I really enjoyed this. I thought it was a fun summer read. It was great to sit outside on my balcony in the sunshine and read it. I think a lot of people will really enjoy because of the mystery element, because of the pop culture references, and because of a character who is flawed but fun and eager to continue to grow as a person. I will leave a link to all of the other places where you can stop along this blog tour and find out more about the book and what other people thought about it. I hope that you give it a chance and pick it up, because it was a really pleasant surprise, and I'm so glad that I got to read it as part of the tour. In the comments below, let me know if you have read The Girl with the Gold Bikini and what you thought of it. I hope that wherever you're in the world, you're having a wonderful day, and I'll catch you guys in my next video. Thanks so much for watching. Bye guys.